Hello there, welcome. You're watching NHK World, and this is Newsline for 11 a.m. Japan time. I'm Catherine Kobayashi in Tokyo. Traces of plutonium have been detected in soil samples from the compounds of the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. The operator of the plant, Tokyo Electric Power Company, says the level detected is very low and does not pose a threat to human health. The government said it will conduct further monitoring to see its possible effects.
Concentration dose detected plutonium is comparable to the environmental fallout. It is comparable to the level that will be found in outer environment. However, if you look at the types of plutonium, the composition is different from the general fallout. Because of this, we believe this plutonium is likely to come from the reactor. Higher level of plutonium, we need to take additional measures. So our intention for now is to continue on with the monitoring on the site.
Chief Cabinet Secretary Edano also said the fact that plutonium was detected proves that fuel rods had temporarily melted down in the reactor and that this is a grave situation. He said the government is making all-out efforts to prevent further possible effects in the surrounding areas. TEPCO collected samples from 5 locations around the power plant over 2 days from March 21st, 2 of which were found to be contaminated with traces of plutonium. Plutonium is a byproduct of the nuclear power generation process using uranium fuel. At the number 3 reactor of the Fukushima plant, plutonium is an ingredient in mixed oxide fuel or MOX fuel. Plutonium can remain in human lungs and other organs and cause long-term damage, including cancer. Radioactivity from plutonium can be blocked by a sheet of paper. At the troubled Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, the effort to cool the reactors is faced with the challenge of preventing further leakage of highly radioactive substances.
The
challenge is to inject enough water into the reactors for them to cool down stably, but at the same time avoid the outflow of water.
A TEPCO official says they have detected on Sunday more than 1,000 millisieverts per hour from the water in the trench of the number 2 reactor building. The trench is a concrete tunnel located outside the turbine building near the reactor. It houses power cables and pipes connecting the reactor unit and goes out near the Pacific Ocean. Japan's Independent Nuclear Safety Agency, or rather commission, believes that highly radioactive substances found in the trench may have come from the vessel containing the reactor. The water in the trench for the number 1 reactor unit would overflow if the level reaches more than 10 centimeters. TEPCO has closed the drain from the trench with sandbags and concrete shielding to prevent water from leaking into the ocean. It has also reduced the amount of water injected to cool the number 2 reactor, but the temperature in the reactor has risen by 20 degrees Celsius. The death toll in Japan's devastating March 11th earthquake has climbed to 11,004 people, with more than 17,000 still missing. Japan's land ministry has found that the tsunami had reached more than 40 kilometers upstream from the mouths of the rivers.
In Kitakamigawa, 49 kilometers upstream. This image captures how the tides have reached inland. Aomori, Iwate, Miyagi, Fukushima, these 4 prefectures, 7 times the area encircled by the Yamanote line in Tokyo have been inundated. According to the Geographic Survey Institute, a quarter resides within a city center. 63% of the city area, Miyagi Prefecture, Hikashi, Matsushima have been inundated. In Otsuchi Town in Iwate Prefecture, half have been inundated. Ishinomaki City and Yamamoto Town of Miyagi Prefecture, roughly 46% of the town area have been inundated. In the devastated area, they are speeding ahead with measures in order to build prefabricated homes and also to restore urban infrastructure. However, there are major obstacles in the way.
一方、独立行政法人
The Borden Airport Research Institute, they have stepped into Fukushima city of Miyagi Prefecture that have suffered devastating damages along the center. Part along the Kesenuma port, along 2.5 meters from the mouth, there is a cyclical tank that had been toppled. This contains heavy fuel. The heavy fuel may have spilled over into the town area and could have been the source of widespread fires. And 500 meters from the coast, there is a 330-ton a large vessel that has been washed to this distance. And this is a witness. He says that from the red building, just alongside it, along the road, the vessel had been washed to where it is. He never dreamt that such a large vessel would find its way here. And this researcher says that there are vessels and also tanks that are installed along the port, and these are debris that have been washed away. And this is one such example, and we need to understand how this has happened so that we can set up countermeasures for future recurrences.
As survivors of the quake and tsunami begin the struggle to rebuild their lives, some of the hardest hit areas are beginning to rebound.